This is Nightline.
Tonight, the shocking new college fraud scam on the rise. Scammers stealing your identity, taking out loans in your name, and ruining your credit.
We noticed that there were a lot of activity. Loan applications, grant applications. Then we panicked.
Why no one is safe.
I got that tea. I'm ready to go.
Not even ABC's own anchor, Gio Benitez.
My credit score had just dropped 250 points overnight.
The former NFL player targeted by identity theft, now trying to help others.
You've created a firewall for the crooks. From a football term, it's an offensive line.
And what you can do to protect yourself. Plus, Boston Bros. We're with BFFs Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Big screen partners since Good Will Hunting.
Are you like me now?
And the Oscar-winning speech that won Hollywood's heart.
I just said to Matt, losing would suck and winning would be really scary, and it's really, really scary.
Surviving the highs and lows of stardom.
We both had this kind of crazy dream.
Inside their new film, The Rip.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in on this address.
What they say about their ride or die friendship. And why is Lady Gaga singing Mr. Rogers?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It's about the big game.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, the investigation into a stunning new scam by digital thieves, taking out student loans in your name and stealing the money, then tanking your credit. How one of ABC's own anchors was even targeted. Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami.
This is 58-year-old Murat Mayer of suburban D.C., a business researcher for a nonprofit with a Ph.D. who has no need at all to take classes at this community college in Maryland. But as he and his teenage son discovered last fall when they were applying for college financial aid, someone had beat them to it.
So that's what you saw.
All the ads are fake.
Stealing their identities and signing both of them up for classes at community colleges across the country.
We noticed that there were a lot of activity. There are a lot of applications, loan applications, grant applications. Then we panicked.
You're here talking with us. He wasn't as comfortable.
Great. He was scared.
For nearly 2 years, someone was using their credit to apply for school loans. And his son, who today is a high school senior in Bethesda, Maryland, was already listed as a second-year student at this community college in the middle of Utah. Someone was attending class pretending to be your son.
And he's passing the classes.
He believes the thieves stole their identities after his wife died in a tragic car accident and their health insurance company had one of those massive data leaks.
How big of a problem is this?
It's a huge issue. So, when the pandemic, everybody went to online learning. By doing that, it really did open the door. So right now we have about 200 investigations open nationwide. I mean, some of the losses are in the smallest in the hundreds of thousands up to over $1 billion.
They call them ghost students, these digital thieves with no shame who are stealing identities. Jason Williams, a federal investigator, says they'll often use AI to enroll long lists of people in schools, sign them up for Pell Grants and loans, and then disappear as soon as they get the money.
As you're stealing identities, these loans are not being repaid. They're being assigned to people. They don't even know they have a debt with the U.S. Department of Education. Or you get some letter from the department or the servicer or the Internal Revenue Service that says you owe the Department of Education money.
And he says they're targeting Americans of all ages.
I thought that because I am a 55-year-old man, that I don't have to worry about that. It sounds like that's not true.
That is not true. So we've had cases where they're misusing identities of people in their 80s and 90s and going to school.
It's community colleges who accept almost everyone that are seeing this the most. A college in Maryland shared with us this photo of a would-be student applying to their school, and we've blurred his face because he hasn't been charged with a crime. They say he's here showing a fake ID to a suspicious admissions counselor on a video call, and then allegedly accidentally shares this screen, revealing a spreadsheet of other alleged stolen identities. Here's that same would-be student trying to get into the same school just last week, using a different name and ID. Authorities warn that in these ghost student cases, anyone's identity can be stolen.
From ABC News in New York.
And one of our great talents at ABC News is proof.
I got that tea. I'm ready to go. So I woke up in mid-February to this news, And it took me until late December to finally get this discharged. Your best bet is really to get on the road.
Anchor and transportation correspondent Gio Benitez got an alert on his phone last year.
It was my bank saying that my credit score had just dropped 250 points overnight. And it was a student loan that had been taken out in 2021, right in the middle of the pandemic. And I definitely wasn't a student then.
Our Gio Benitez.
In 2021, our friend and colleague was a long way from needing any student loan.
Michael, listen, we are excited. Look, we got the countdown right.
He was a network newsman on the set of Good Morning America, seen here with astronauts who are training to fly into space.
On the Earth's surface, I weigh 175 pounds. Up here, 0. I put my journalist hat on and I'm like, I need to figure out what's going on here. And the lender at the time was saying, we can't really do anything unless you file a police report. But it didn't end there.
The thieves who authorities never found had enrolled him as a student at the University of Phoenix and then disappeared with about $6,000 in financial aid. He says as a child from a family that struggled with credit, this was upsetting.
You have to go and find your high school transcript, like all of these things that you have forgotten about long ago, 20 years ago, and you now have to get all of these documents somehow. It's a lot of work.
Our owned and operated ABC stations across America are seeing this up close. At our station in Philadelphia,
I'm just going to give you my hand notes of the stuff that I was sharing with you.
Investigative reporter Chad Pradelli spoke with 2 schools that found hundreds of ghost students using stolen identities.
Welcome to Delaware County Community College.
We had nearly 500 ghost students that actually were registered in classes.
We canceled over $600,000 in Title IV aid that we had to send back to the government before that aid was dispersed to these fraudulent students.
How many records are in the database right now?
In suburban Atlanta, former NFL linebacker Maurice Simpkins and his wife run a software security company that helps more than 150 schools verify the identities of entering students to make sure they are real people. He, too, has been a victim of identity theft.
The school gets a pass or fail rating or a review rating almost instantaneously.
For each student?
Each student.
So if I were to simplify it, you've created a firewall for the crooks.
That's essentially the way I like to look at it. From a football term, it's an offensive line.
And recovered by Green Bay.
The former Green Bay Packer, seen here in a game on Fox, discovered he, too, was a victim of identity theft years ago when they were trying to buy a home. He says they found digital footprints from criminal rings around the world.
Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nigeria. Most recently, we've been seeing some Russian data where it's actually coming in Russian characters in some instances. I think the worst we've seen was right around 34% fraudulent.
33% of the students who were already inside in one institution,
yes,
were fake.
We had already been in classes for a number of semesters.
The feds are trying to keep up with the crooks and send them to jail. A Maryland man who used the identity of more than 60 people and ran away with $6.7 million in federal student aid, sentenced to 4 years in prison. A father and son in Arizona who were using the identities of more than 300 people to steal $7.4 million, sentenced to a year in prison each. Starting last summer, the federal website for student financial aid began requiring additional ID. Authorities are telling everyone to go to the credit reporting agencies today. Download the app if they have one, and freeze your credit record for free.
It's locked.
There are videos like this one that show you how to do it online.
One of the things I found out was how easy it was to prevent this. Had I just had those locks on my credit accounts, they're free. And if you need your credit account at some point for a mortgage or whatever it is, all you got to do is go on your phone, hit unlock, you make the purchase, and then you lock it up again.
They're also encouraging parents to check with the credit companies for any lines of credit using the name of their children.
This has been hard on you and your son.
Exactly.
Murat Mayer in Washington says he and his son are fortunate they were able to get his record cleared up before college deadlines. His son has applied to study business finance in the fall, and this time it will really be him.
And how is he doing?
Very well. He's a straight A student, has been very successful, honor student, so he's doing well.
We're joined now by my dear friend Steve-O. First off, wow, just great reporting. Surprising this story. What else do viewers need to know?
Well, viewers need to know that anytime that you have one of those data leaks, you get the notice from your bank or from your insurance company or from some company that you do business with, that your information is out there, that is what's the source of this. That's why this is so universal. The crooks are coming from all over the world. They're using that data to pretend, in many instances, to be you. And they know that if they're pretending to be an 80-year-old grandmother from Cleveland, that she is less likely to be checking her credit to see if there's anything nefarious going on. And so that's part of what makes this problematic.
Great investigative work, great storytelling as always, my friend.
Thank you.
Steve Wilson-Sami, thank you. And when we come back, we're with the lifelong pals Matt Damon and Ben Affleck teaming up again for a tense new thriller, how their ride-or-die friendship has weathered decades in Hollywood.
I've never been jealous of Matt ever once. I've just thought, but I was a little jealous of this. I got this part, I was like, son of a...
After the break. Welcome back. Lifelong besties Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are at it again, making movies. Their new project, The Rip, has the Oscar winners working together on screen and off. Here's ABC's Linsey Davis.
Growing up together, they shared the same necklaces and the same dream. Long before the red carpets, the Oscars, or blockbuster paychecks, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were just two kids from Cambridge, Massachusetts, chasing the unlikely goal of making it in Hollywood.
School? Yeah, cool. Right to school. How you like me now?
Their passion and commitment paid off early. The movie they co-wrote and starred in together won big.
I just said to Matt, losing would suck and winning would be really scary, and it's really, really scary.
The film won them both Oscars for Good Will Hunting and turned two struggling actors into stars. Damon got a new identity in The Bourne Ultimatum.
That's Jason Bourne.
And Affleck got a big bounce.
It's not brave if you're not scared.
Many people have said you all are Hollywood's most enduring bromance. What do you think it is about the two of you that makes that bond really stay intact?
I don't know. What do you think it is about the world that people find a friendship so bizarre? It's strange.
We both had this kind of crazy dream. We were both pretty obsessed by it. We, made each other laugh, but we had this other thing and a real drive, like an ambition in a healthy sense.
You get arguably the most coveted award in Hollywood at such a young age. What do you wish that you knew back then?
I wish that I were able to contextualize it a little bit more. It's a very hard thing to grapple with. There are plenty of instances where people will point to and say, well, so-and-so got this for this movie. It may not have been their greatest movie, but it was an acknowledgement of, of a lifetime or a career. And so it's a little bit weird to be awarded that when you're starting out. And I remember we saw Alec Baldwin coming off the stage. Remember that?
I remember.
He was like, remember this.
Yeah. No, he was like, don't, he was basically like, this up.
Over the decades, Affleck and Damon have gone on to build powerhouse careers, directing, producing, and starring in some of the biggest films of their generation. Like the Ocean's film trilogy.
You're either in or you're out. Right now. Las Vegas, huh? America's playground.
And Daredevil.
I don't like being touched.
Why don't you tell me what you do like? We'll start there.
And through it all, they've stayed close, still collaborating.
I've heard both of you comment separately about the drama high school class that you both were in with the teacher, Jerry. And he says, focus on the work, not the outcome.
Those lessons were absolutely, crucial and something to hold on to.
So much of what I learned there that has served me really well does have to do with things like, how do you treat people and fairness and respect.
And it's right as you're learning that the world isn't fair. It's right as you're learning that, your consciousness has come online, but you're starting to really kind of interact with the real world.
And still collaborating as they made names for themselves individually. Damon taking on roles like the U.S. Army Major General in Oppenheimer.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
And the astronaut and scientist in The Martian.
Don't worry about me.
Affleck as the Batman, also a master of disguises in the town. Affleck also discovered his love behind the camera, directing the film Argo, which he also starred in.
And we think everybody knows Hollywood people. And everybody knows they'd shoot in Stalingrad with Pol Pot directing if it would sell tickets.
And winning an Oscar for Best Picture.
I was here 15 years ago or something, and I had no idea what I was doing. I stood out here in front of you all, really just a kid, and I went out, and I never thought that I would be back here, and I am.
From Boston kids with big dreams to global movie stars, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are still writing their story together.
All I know is what we do right now and who we talk to matters.
And in 2022, they joined forces to create their own production company, Artists Equity. Co-founders disrupting the industry to make sure their team is taken care of with an innovative approach to compensation.
What would you do with this?
What was it about the rip that you both said, yeah, we're in, let's do this?
We love the story. We love the the way the script is constructed, and like you say, it's about who do you trust, and so it's a bit of a thriller. It's a bit of a whodunit.
Miami PD. Like old school crime thriller, which is a genre we really like. I thought there's something beautiful about officers in this department where they're confronted with the temptation of what do you do when you find $20 million? Yeah.
Now, Damon is set to star in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, his version of the Greek epic shot entirely with IMAX cameras, with a release date coming later this year.
No one could stand between my bed and home.
You couldn't grow that beard in high school.
I could not. That took me a long time. No, it was incredible. The way Chris wanted to do it, the way he wanted to shoot it, it's 100% on IMAX and in these locations that really were challenging. It was just everybody completely maxing out. And any day of shooting would have been the hardest day on any other movie that I've ever done.
With nearly 30 years in the spotlight under their belts, the famous duo still treasures their bond of friendship.
We need to have human contact and physical presence of friends and people who will stand by us, and it makes us better people, and it makes us want to stand by them. Matt's a spectacular. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better friend.
Gratitude, one of the best words in the English language. Our thanks to Linsey. When we come back, Lady Gaga taking Mr. Rogers' message all the way to the Super Bowl.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
And finally tonight, Lady Gaga reimagines a childhood classic. It's our Nightlight. Taking Mr. Rogers' Won't You Be My Neighbor.
A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine?
And putting decidedly Gaga spin on it.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Please won't you be my neighbor?
For Redfin's Super Bowl commercial. The remake focusing on Fred Rogers' message of love and acceptance.
It is powerful to think of what he would say right now, and it's kind of a special song to revisit at this time.
And that's Nightline for this evening. Thanks for the company, America. Good night.